Okay, hello everybody. We are going to structure the Miro board today together. For those of you who are absent, I'm recording this video so you can watch it later. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And I will use overproduction group to start building up the board, right? So the first thing we want to do now, and you should do it all together, I want 6 frames, right? How do I make frames? I go here and I will find this bottom left, right? You click on frame. For example, I will select A4 frame and then I change the place. You can rotate it like this. I place it somewhere here. Okay, and the first frame usually your profile. So you change the name of the frame, and you can use these frames when you present your work. So these are like slides, and you can zoom in and zoom out. You can drag things, right? Put them in your frame, and then you can move your frame like this. Okay, so 6 frames in each team. The first frame is called profile. The second frame name, description of your waste. For example, here, description of overproduction. So the first frame is about yourself. You upload your photos. Don't forget you have your South African counterparts. You should add their details as well. Or best thing is to ask them to add their details here, easier. So by profile, you can put your name, your photo, picture of yourself. You can put your email address. These are must-have things. And if you like, you can add your LinkedIn account. Yeah, lots of things you can do. One important task that this group has done is to create a WhatsApp group, which can be quite useful. But before making a WhatsApp group, first talk to your counterparts. Do they use WhatsApp or not? So WhatsApp is restricted in some countries, right? So make sure they can use WhatsApp. If they can't, then go for something else that they can use. So it's very good idea to put the link of the WhatsApp group here. Very simple to do. What you need to do, click on this one. If you can see this icon here, you should click on this plus sign, and then you will find it. So this button, we use it for uploading many things. One of them is a URL. So if you want to add a web page, if you want to add a photo, if you want to add a link, right? A file, whatever, from OneDrive, from Dropbox, you can add them by clicking upload icon here. All right. So this group put the link, and if I click on this link, then you can see again this icon here. So if I click on this, I can join their WhatsApp group. All right. So one thing that we have done before this was adding all the South African students to our boards as well. So don't forget to add me to your board as well, so I can check and provide some feedback and see your work. right? So second slide or second frame is about the overproduction. So what you need to do here, start studying or reading materials regarding this type of waste. Yeah. So lots of books available in the library. I can show you a few of them today. So take a look at that. Read about this waste, and you can also read about them in manufacturing. So sometimes also useful to understand how things works in manufacturing. Yeah, but try to be focused on construction. So this is the first frame. As you can see, Connor is adding some text, which is good. The third frame, yeah, sustainability. So here, as you can see, they are changing the title of this frame. Okay, so here we should map up always against these 17 goals. And I will give you a very high quality poster of SDGs, right? So you can use it to map it out, or you can just download it from internet whenever you prefer. So yes, sustainability, what should we do? You say, okay, I have, for example, transportation waste, right? How does it affect these SDGs? For example, looking for a good one. Climate action. So transportation means more CO2, right? So it has effect on the climate. So you should link it to the climate action in SDGs and explain how does it affect it, right? So first, it needs you to have good understanding of your waste, and then you can map it up in a sustainability frame. Frame number four is visual assets. So, okay, so we have visual assets here. What is it about? So in this project, we want to work on real projects, right? So you should able to see waste in construction, right? Sometimes, the waste is there, but we are not able to see because we get used to them. So the first task is to identify waste in construction projects. So you should ask your South African partners to take some photos from real construction sites over there. And it's not that difficult for them, I believe, because they are all doing their internship or like placement. So they have direct access to the sites. So you should help them to understand the meaning of this particular waste, and then they will go there and take some photos or videos, or they can conduct interviews. Yeah. So how you deal with them, how you talk to them is important. So what is needed in this project for uh, over processing? Who is over processing? You're over processing. Okay. So many cases we need to take picture of the documents, right? Or sometimes you need to talk to people. So interview might be better option. So these, your assets, they all go here. Yeah. In addition to photos from South Africa or video footage, you can take some photos, construction sites here as well. You have access to construction site. You can talk to people, go to the site, take some photos. Probably you can use them. Some of them are quite obvious, right? Motion ways, probably you can see them all sites. Waiting, again, most of the construction project you can see people waiting for nothing or waiting for materials or resources. Some other bit more difficult. So if you are international student, most of you international students. So yes, you can take some photos or receive some photos from your own country and upload it over there, right? So if you have a friend or family, previous colleagues over there, you can ask them to send you some photos. Photos, yeah, good quality, good focus. It should show exactly what's the problem. So I don't want that big, wide lens. I mean, photos, very focused on a specific thing because we need to analyze them later, right? So visual asset done. Then 5, root causes, root cause analysis. Don't forget for the photos, for video footage, for interviews, you need to analyze them too. Yeah. So what type of analysis do we usually do? What approach? We have two approaches, right? Two approaches, qualitative and quantitative. So which one is useful for photo, analyzing photos? Qualitative, definitely. Qualitative. So in one photo, it might be several hotspots that you want to talk about. So you highlight them, yeah, and you can draw a sort of link, a line, something like that, and then write something. So this is the problem. And again, for photos, we must have metadata. Yeah. How do I add metadata? I just use these cards. Yeah. So can you add a photo? Yeah. So I can show you how it works. To add a photo, you can just directly drag and drop it onto your board, or you can use this icon, upload button. Yeah. Something is uploaded with large, good. Okay, so good photo of a construction site. So you can make decision about the size and other things later. Can you click somewhere else, Connor? Aha, so we can see the picture. All right, so in many cases, this is one way of doing it, but yeah, I can use these shapes, for example. So circle, I draw a circle, make it perfect. Right, now I can change the color. Or sorry, I highlight the text or change the color. So the border, let's say yellow, and the background yellow, but I reduce the opacity to clear see the photo behind it, right? So good. So for example, I want to do some analysis about this guy working over there. I can add a sticky maybe here. So analysis, okay, and then use these arrows to link it to this one. Again, you can change the style, color, type of the arrow, and thickness. Okay. So instead of this, you can have text box. You can have not a shape. type in within it, it's fine. So in terms of innovation, you can do whatever you like. So, so this is how we analyze it. To provide metadata, I use this card. So, what is it? IRV. RV. Okay, so this is the name of this photo. You can move it and put it somewhere appropriate. Again, you can change the color. And when you expand it, you can type, for example, location. Where is it?
Telford.
Yes. Yeah. Size of the project, 10 million pounds. Yeah. It is a housing project, so product type. Yeah. What else you can add? We can add, yeah, your name. Cornerstone. Yeah.
Guess they wear
Yeah. Good. So you add some information. You can also add tags, and tags we use the type of waste. If you see more than one type, again, you can tag it, although it's not your topic, but you can tag it as well.
Tag is in what?
Tag is something that we have in Facebook. So you tag people, right? So you can tag photos with type of waste, right? So this one is overproduction, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this one, and let's say we are seeing waiting waste as well. That's it. So two tags I got here, right? So that's it. So as you can see now, we have the details and the tags here. Right? Sometimes you want to combine two things. I mean, link them together, right? Like we have grouping in Word or PowerPoint, right? You have the grouping here as well. So you click on both of them, select both of them, and then you click here, group objects. Now, when you move the photo, the metadata is also moving. Right? Questions? Okay. So I've sent you a link. Can you check your Teams? Yeah. Upload the link here in the second frame. Oh yeah, so you copy and paste the link text here. So if you click on it, it doesn't work. But if you do it using this button, upload button. Okay, so can you click on it? If I click on it, I should be able to open it. No, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not posting to URL.
Let's check it. So here. Oh yeah, because it's a book. So I put this in on now or on my board, I mean Knowledge Hub, right? So you can have access. But this one, if you copy and paste it into your browser, you can find the book now. Oh, yeah, I will put it in the chat again. So no problem. Let's delete this. So I've also sent you a photo. Can you find it? Delete these. So the photo is a high quality poster of SDGs. Yeah, please upload it here in this box.
Which one?
This was sustainability, yeah. Okay, fantastic. So you have SDGs now. Again, if you want to read about SDGs, let me just send you this link as well. Um, yeah, upload this one as well. Okay. Work. Oh yeah, it's coming up. It's a bit of yeah, big heavy. Oh yeah, it's here. So it's a web page, so everybody can read this web page now, right? So it's about sustainability. So you put everything related to each other in one place, right? So next, root cause analysis. How many methods do we have? Two, right? So I want to upload 5 whys for you. Yeah, you can add fishbone later. So templates are available here. So you click on template and put 5 whys. So here it is. I got 5 why. Use a template here. So I just need to reduce the size, put it in this frame. Yeah, qualitative, quantitative, it goes here. You can have multiple frames, right? So I just want to show you the process. You may have 5 of these visual asset frames, right? 10 of them, or 5 root cause analysis frame. It is fine. Yeah. So I just want to show you the process. So template is added. Next, for root cause analysis, I need a little bit of text as well. So it's not just about the template. When you finish your template, when you've done your analysis, you describe it in a few lines. And don't forget that you shouldn't exceed the word limit. Then final word here, we add solutions, strategies and solutions. So what we have done so far, we described the waste allocated to us. We talked about the negative impact of this waste on sustainable development goals. We uploaded some evidence, right? Visual assets are there. We have done a root cause analysis, very deep analysis. And now we should find some solutions. So again, you can find some solution in the literature. Don't forget referencing is required. And you can also talk to experts in the industry. Even in South Africa, your counterparts can do interviews for us, simple interviews from, for example, they can talk to their line managers or project managers on that project. So we have this problem, how can we solve it? Sometimes they provide very interesting solutions. So this one is mainly about strategies and solutions. Okay, so now add another frame. Yeah. One of you please add another frame. Good. So this frame, we can call it reflection. Okay, I want to create a plus delta table. Do you know plus delta table? Description is available on Miro and also on now Lean Tools, right? We've done it with Paul, if you remember. So things that work well, things that need improvement, right? So I need a table, right? So to create a table, click on this button. So tables. Okay, I got the table. So I can take out one column. Yeah, you select a column and then click on delete. Very simple to use. The size is a bit big. Reduce the size. So I call it plus delta. So this one is plus, this one delta. You can edit the table as you like. So the font is a bit small, yeah. Okay, then you can also, these two should be probably bold. You can make it centered as well. Yeah, you can change the size of the cells in your table like this. Right? Probably you need more rows here, and definitely get help from your South African friends because this table can be used for your individual submission, right? So when you want to submit your work, you should submit two files. One of you in each team submit the Miro board to the Dropbox, and each of you individually should submit 1,500 words of reflection report. For the reflection report, so if you can get some feedback from your friends, that would be brilliant. Yeah, so almost 20% of the coursework is done because you got the ideas. Ideas are more important. So you build this, you can change the color if you like. Yeah, make it more interesting. What else? Yeah, good. So these are things, these are the main
Can you just repeat once, like for this delta table, what did you say that day we had that exercise in which this column, what was written?
oh, what was written on the plus. Yeah, so you have an experience, right? You are doing this project. When you do a project, there must be some learning, right? So things that I learn and things that I think they are useful. Yeah, they work well. For example, I found new friends in South Africa. It's a good thing. I listed here, right? Oh no. So yeah, just click somewhere else. No. It's not the right way of doing it. So you are using text.
Yeah, yeah.
No. So the table has its own text box. So take this out. And you click on the cell, you select it, double click, and then you can say, for example, South Africa. Yeah. So this is a positive thing, right? Delta means that if I do this project again, right, what areas should be improved? For example, more joint meetings, right? Or something that you yourself, you want to do another time. So better teamwork, for example. So this is plus delta. And you can have as much as you like. Yeah. I recommend something like 15 rows. So I think we have 9 in each group. So yeah, 2 each. Definitely you can have more. Yeah. So this is a kind of reflection on the project. Any questions so far?
How do you check word count? Do you set this 2,500 words?
You should do it yourself. This one doesn't calculate the word count. So you Yeah, so it's excluded the diagrams. So fishbone you have, it is excluded. This 5 by excluded, right? So it's enough for this project. So yeah, something else we can do now. Let's add a name, right? So you can use this text box to add a name for your project. It has a name, I mean, you just type it over here. So overproduction, isn't it? So now you can change the size, make it very large, bold, bold. Then we can change the font. We can change the color. And then we place it somewhere on the board. So as you can see, in this example, I tried to have everything in one line. So it clearly shows the flow of information, but you can use any layout that you like, but please make it clear how we should flow through the board, right? So this is June now, yeah, and you want to export your work. What you need to do, another frame custom size, just the size to your board, so everything covered. Right? You can also change the background of the board as well if you like, so no background, or you can add some colors. Right? So this is done. Change it to overproduction. Okay, so then you click here, right, in these 3 dots, export as image, and then select vector, which is the highest quality it has, right? And when you click on this, sometimes depends to your machine, sometimes takes 3-4 minutes. So leave enough time before the submission. It's not the 5-minute job, definitely. We don't accept IT issues, as you probably know. So leave enough time, export it as a vector, and then just drag and drop it into the Dropbox folder. Right? One of you will do this, which is more than enough. So this is done. Next thing, yeah, it's good to put the name of the board here. Yeah, you can always change it. You can put some description, right? So the owner is Connor White, present. Don't click on this one. You can duplicate it. Sometimes people want, but I don't recommend to duplicate your board because if I'm not on your board, then I cannot provide feedback, right? So if you have more people from South Africa need to be added, you can click this share button. Something that's good to do is to change this thumbnail, right? So just click here. You can upload a photo you like, or you can use these things. I don't recommend them, right? Not very nice. You can select none, or you can select board era. So I recommend you select a photo, so you create a thumbnail for yourself, specific to your group, or you just select your profile. So I can quickly, so visual management, isn't it? So I can click quickly understand who is in this team and what is the topic. Yeah, something like this. Add as thumbnail. So it's there. Yeah. So this is done. Questions so far? For Zoom, you can use these button, very handy thing. Yeah. Questions? Problems? So, most important thing, you should make sure you have enough data from South Africa. So please contact your counterparts as quick as possible. So talk to them, add them to a WhatsApp group, definitely have a meeting, arrange a meeting with them, make it fun, start talking to them, establish their relationship first, and then we can work together, right? So I think I pretty much covered everything. Yeah. And you know that for your analysis, for your description, I mean, this slide here, probably you need information, right? So what's best, I mean, place to start with is here. So you can download these PDF files. These are all journal papers on lean waste and lean and sustainability. For example, this one, exploring the relationship between lean construction and environmental sustainability. And it's an existing literature. So it's a literature review paper, means that when you read this one, you have read something like 30, 50 papers, which is great, right? So you click and then you can download it. I have locked it. Yeah, I will open it for you so you can download them later, right? IGLC, definitely go there and look for information. Don't go to these rubbish websites, Wiki, I don't know, Wiki building. Don't use it. Chat GTP, please feel free to use it. I tried it. It is totally wrong. So yeah, if you want to use it, yeah, no problem at all. So I ask a simple question. Sometimes it's very good. Sometimes it's terrible. For example, I just ask about 14 principles of Toyota Way and gives me something new. So yeah, you can use that. If you want to read more about lean waste, this slide, I make it orange. You can use it. What else you can do? You can add the logo of the university, NTU logo. These are the main logos that you can use in your work. Yeah, I make these available as well. This is the title of the project. So NTUJU COIL project, try to have these things on your board so it has its own branding. So we all using the same wording, which is nice. So instead of knowledge hub, for example, you can put the name of the project. But the other things, it's good if you can paste them on your board. Again, I will open all of these things for you so you can just copy and paste it onto your board. All right? Question?
Two, three tabs like the Knowledge Hub board and my over processing. How can I open all of them together?
So you first you should download the app.
This is
Do you have this is the app, all right? So go to Miro then. Okay, click on another, yeah. And you should have
that
to
one gets closed if I.
already.
Yeah, that's
Is it on Android?
it. And
Oh, it's Android. No, Android, you can't have it. You can have multiple tabs on Android. Yeah, on Apple, I don't know. But on Windows, you can have multiple tabs open.
Through the app.
Yeah, when you download the app on your Windows laptop, you can have several tabs open at the same time.
So in your laptop, just download the app.
So let's take a look at effects as well. Oh, you haven't got anything.
Windows.
Solanki. Nothing here. Ayushi. Oh yeah, Ayushi has 7 slides, which is good. Okay. Any other question? Oh yeah, this is the wrong way of selecting these templates, right? So to select them, you should select them all. So all thing no. One thing that you can do, you can hold down Shift and then select it.
Okay.
So now it's all selected. Yeah. What else? Yeah, you should play with the software, right?
In the first board, which we have profile of the teams, in that we have to put the sticky notes with our images, like once you are told in class that
You can use any format you like. Shouldn't be necessarily sticky note. So sticky note, I wanted to you start working with the platform, right? It's not that important. So you can use shapes, you can use text, whatever you like. All right. So let me just stop recording.